Myself, Dr. Neha Singh. Today we will discuss 7 P's of service marketing. Okay, as you know that marketing mix is very integral part in the marketing, whether you are going for the product or whether you are going for the services. So why we require this marketing mix? Because as organization need to plan for their product, how will they design that product, what will be the packages, what will be the labeling, how they will going to make it available to the consumers, and what will be the pricing strategy, where will my firm should be located, how should I communicate with my consumers for my product or services. For all these questions, the answer will be marketing mix. So it is carefully designed. Now this is the traditional model which is given by McCarthy, and that is also known as 4 P's. First P stands from product, second price, third is your promotion, and fourth is the place. As we all know that when we talk about the product, the first P stands for your product features, your product quality, product design, what is the brand name, and how you are labeling, how you are going to package your product, what are the sizes available in your product, what are the associated services and warranties you are going to give to your consumer. So this is the aspect of first P. Now move on to the second P, that is price. Price means the price of the various sizes, various offers, then what are going to be the discounts, allowances, and the payment period for your product and services. Next P is promotion. Promotion has a variety of sales promotion, advertising, sales force, public relation, and direct marketing, and not to miss digital marketing these days. Now fourth P is the place, which deals with the distribution part of your product, where you will make your product available to the customer. Now these 4 P, which is a traditional P, which we have learned so far for the product only. But what about the service? Because in service, 4 P get extended and they get next 3 P's, which is called extended marketing mix. Now for this extended marketing mix, 3 P's are added. First is the people, then the process, and then the physical environment or physical evidence. Now in the later slides, we will understand about it in the detail. So first understand that why we require these 3 more extended P's. Because service is different from product. How? Service is perishable. Service cannot be stored, right? When it is produced and when it is delivered, you cannot store it. You cannot package it like a product, because when a product manufactured, maybe it manufactured 6 months before, 1 year before, but it can be stored and it can be delivered to you later on. But service cannot be stored, right? And because of this perishability, because it consume very soon, it has a fluctuating demand, like seasonal demand, because services leads to the season according to the consumer requirement. So it do not have the same demand like product have. Then intangibility is a concept where you can't see, you can't have have any shape of your service, because in product what happen is you can see, you can feel, you can touch, you can relate the value of the product with the looks of the product. But in service you have to take that service first, then after experience you can just talk about the value you have received. But in the product you have the tangibility, so it is very difficult to picture the service. Then inseparability means that when you are delivering a service, the person who is delivering the service, and you cannot separate from the production and consumption. In product, what happen when a production is going on, that takes on the separate place, but the distribution takes on separate place, the selling takes on the separate place, but in the time of service, the production and the delivery goes simultaneously. So that is why it is called inseparable. The next point is heterogeneity, because service is delivered by human, right, and human cannot be standardized. Maybe it can be standardized later on with the standard process, but there could be heterogeneity in the variety of service, value of service, and the expectation and the delivery part of the service. And because of that, you cannot term that service is always standard. It can be, but it cannot be 100% standard. Next is the difference of the pricing, because according to the price, according to the services you receive, there is a variation of the price, and there is an association of the quality and the value of the service with the price. But in the product, the price has an economic aspect, where you have a concept of economy of scale, where in the service you cannot have that concept of economy of scale. Then it cannot be statistically measurable, because service quality is a very vague term, and it cannot be it is very a quantitative term. It is not a quantitative term, it is a qualitative term, and because of that it cannot be statistically measurable, and it varies time to time. So that is why you can see that service is different from product, and this is the reason that we have added 3 more P's to the market mix. Now, what comes in the first P? First P stands for the service package. It means, what does it mean is where we are going to give the service. So the building where we are going to happen or give this service, and then additional purchase, additional services what we are going to provide. Like for example, if you go to the salon, so you buy some salon product or some hair product or some beauty product, that is an added advantage, and that could be also sold in the service location. So that could be the part of service package. Next is the explicit service, and then is the implicit service. What do you mean by explicit service? That offer the obvious benefit, like suppose you are having pain in your body, and by the massage you are having the release of that pain. So that is explicit. You can see the after effects of the service. But implicit is a psychological aspect, psychological benefit which you feel when you are more confident after a haircut or after a beauty service or something like that. So this is the implicit service which you can receive. So this is also a part of a service package. Now we move on to the next part, which is very crucial, and that is service or product level. It is the same concept, but I will give you an example of a hotel room or a service which we usually take when we go on a vacation. So if you talk about the levels, it starts from the core benefit. Now why we are taking any room just for a night stay? So the first core benefit is the fundamental need or want that customers satisfied by the consuming of that service. So for hotel room, that room which you required for a night stay is called a core benefit. Now if you are giving it as a brand, it is giving it a name, that is a branded service, and if you are not giving it any name, so that will be called as a generic product, where whatever is expected you are supposed to give, right? So next level will be achieved when you normally expect in a normally expect in a hotel room, like a bed, clean bed sheet, a washroom which should be attached. So basic amenities are there. So it means that level has been achieved by the product, right, or a service. Now we'll move on to the next level, that is called augmented product. Now in the service we give some added features, like in hotel room, what added feature you can receive, like a fruit basket, free breakfast, or refrigerator or TV or any other free internet or Wi-Fi. So this could be the augmented product, because you are making it more delighted experience for the consumer, as well as you are differentiating yourself with the competitor. Now when all the augmentation happen, and what could be the future augmentation which is possible, if you include everything, that it is called potential product, because it talk about the future augmentation in the product or services. So I hope it is clear that we have a different level of services, and we start from the core benefit, and every company try to reach to the augmented level of the product or services, so that they can have, their customer can have a delight experience. Now next come to the second P, and that is price. As we all know that rates and the price which are taken for the service, it is associated with the objective of the establishment and the profit policies. But if suppose, for example, you go to the restaurant and you order a food. Now if the restaurant is only charging the price of the cost of the food or cost of your lunch or dinner, that will not suffice their purpose. Their company will fail definitely, because who is going to pay for their staff, who is going to pay for their ambience, for their furniture, for their lighting and everything. So pricing is not only in service, pricing is not only about the product which you are providing during that service, and it also include the related part of it, which is used to deliver for the execution part of that service. So that is why it is very difficult to determine price in the service, right? And that is why that value you receive in different star categories of hotel is different, and that is why the price is also different. Now, when we talk about the pricing strategy in service, it will affect that how consumer are going to react about this purchase. Because if suppose you are having a charge for that price which is very high for that service, it might happen that people do not turn to your company. It could happen that you have to give more and more discounts, and you have to give more and more promotion to promote your services. It could happen. So you have to include and give a clear calculation on your service, which also include your rent, your advertising, your insurance part, and all the expenses you are having for executing that service. Now, it also include the cost of labor, cost of material, and the price of the competitor service is a very important consideration before finalizing any price. So price packet educate all about the services which you can provide. So you must have seen detailed leaflets and brochure whenever you talk about the service. Whether you go for an education service, whether you go for any air travel, or whether you go for any tourism, any service or restaurant, so you will definitely have a detailed information about their price and their packages. Why? Because they are educating you that the price is not only about the main aspect, it also includes the other benefits you are receiving for that service. Now the next P is the place. Now, as traditionally we know that distribution variable include the placing of the product where it is available. So for minimizing the cost, people used to have the storage concept, but it does not matter in the service. So you cannot have that minimized cost option in the service. But for service, what you are supposed to have? For service, you supposed to have a place where you will deliver the service. So that part is very important. The location is very important aspect in the service. The service business sell as per the requirement of the customer, where customer would like to come, how frequent they are coming. So you have to do an analysis part, that what is the location and what is the frequency of taking that service. For example, if suppose I talk about the haircut service, so the frequency will be once in a month maybe. But if I talk about the pain relief service or massage service or some other service, maybe the frequency will be more than the latter one. So customer often purchase their service which is nearby. Nobody want to go and travel far for taking that service. You will always prioritize the services salon or services department from nearby locations. So that is also important, that your location should be closer to your target audience. Then place is also refer that where and when a business takes place and where you should place your ads. Like, so for example, if for example your company deals with Punjab or in Chandigarh, you have to place your advertisement near to the serenity of the Chandigarh or Tri-City. You can't place your advertisement in Kerala, right? Because the proximity and the place where you will require your advertisement is also decided by the place aspect. So place also refer where you will locate your ad campaigns, your advertisement, because that is relevant to the target audience. Then also the typical schedules of the customers, and whether the customer can access the business by walking or driving. Is it the location is too far or not? Then you will also see that where the competition of that business locate, because you will face competition from them. So the location is very important aspect. So as traditional distribution deals about the storage and inventory part, but in survey the location is very important where you are having your service delivery. Now next come to the next part, and that is a P. Promotion stand for fourth P, and that is basically to inform the individuals and consumers or potential buyers about our services. So we can use all the method which we use in the product categories like advertisements, public relation, publicity, personal selling, sales promotion and digital marketing. So this could be the similar, but what is different between the product and services? Because you cannot show your service, so the differentiation need to be created while promoting your services. So it is very crucial that your customer are attracted towards your service. Why they should come only to your company or only to your organization to avail that service? Because your advertisement definitely show a difference between your company and other company. For example, when we talk about the banking sector, all banks are same. All banks are having the same rate of interest, but what they are different in? They are different in the providing services to their customers, and that is why they are promoting the trust and the quality service in their advertisement, not about the features, because the features cannot be controlled. This is controlled by RBI. They cannot provide you more percentage of interest, but they can provide you added service, and they can provide you the trust where you can feel that your money is safe. Then promotion also focus in making your brand and determining the quality of the brand service, because through the advertisement it also create a tangible aspect sometime, because the kind of celebrity they endorse, they use for endorsement, the kind of brochure quality they have, kind of poster they have, it also create a tangible aspect, and we can have an idea about the quality of that service. Then there are various type of advertisement which is promoted, like for example life insurance. Life insurance is that kind of a product or service which is unsought product. People usually do not go for that kind of services or to buy. So the company has to put any contest or conference or awareness for about the insurance services, and they can also use endorsement from celebrities or influential public figures. And then social media advertising, which is nowadays is very famous and mostly used for the service department. Then next and the most important P is people. Now this is the first extended P which is added to the service, because whatever we are talking about in the service, that is all delivered by people, by the employee. So definitely it is a defining factor who is going to deliver that service. That person should have training how to treat with the customer. That person should have clear process guideline so that it will not follow any other processes which is not given or designed by the company. So people are definitely a very important factor in the delivery, and because it cannot be inseparable from the service who is providing the service and the service itself. So training staff is very important, and these days companies are giving so much importance to the training. You must have seen that every service industry you talk about, whether you talk about education, whether you talk about banking or IT service or any other service, first and foremost is the training of their staff. So they train people, they provide a script to the people that how to talk and how to greet and what is the script they should follow, so that everybody is unified and everybody is following the same process and protocols. So that protocol is very important these days. Next is the important P is the process. Process is the step-by-step the protocols and SOPs which you are following during providing that service. So this process is very crucial because it will provide you the standard of service. When you see, when you go and visit to any branded store or branded restaurant like McDonald's, so you will feel that you will have a different kind of taste, same kind of taste and services, whether you go and buy McDonald's from Bombay or you buy and go McDonald's from Delhi outlet. Why? Because they have a standardized process. They have a standardized process of delivering that McDonald's burger in the same quantity, same taste and with the same shape and size. Why? Because they have standardized their process and they have trained their employees very much, and this is the reason they are able to provide the standardized service. So that is why people train themselves and they use the same kind of symbol and all kind of same settings, same ambience in all the every outlet, so that the service process could be standardized. And for that they also display the flow chart of the process so that every employee has a understanding of the processes. Now the last P is the physical evidence. Physical evidence is very crucial in terms of intangible aspect of service, as we all know that service is intangible. To provide this a tangible aspect, we use physical evidence, right? For example, when you enter in a hotel, the ambience of the hotel, the furniture of the hotel, the vibes, the sound, the fragrance and the dress of the waiter, everything is a part of physical evidence. So physical evidence include the waiting area comfort. It can include the color scheme, it can include your furniture, the outfit of your service provider. So this is basically providing you a tangible aspect and the cue about the quality of the service, and because of that you have some judgment before consuming that service, and it will provide you the trust and the benefit you can arise from the service. So this is how a marketing mix in the service work. So if I give you an example quickly, you can see that a luxury hotel, suppose for example as a service, what is the first P of the luxury hotel is a hotel room, and the price would be according to the size and the features of the hotel room, and the location is a place. Then promotion is the advertisement which they have used, they have used on the travel website. And the people who are the manager, the waiters, the receptionists, they are the people of the hotel. And then process is the check-in and check-out process which you follow. And physical evidence could be the ambience, how their looks, what are the furniture they use, the waiting area, lounge, these are, and their website, the pictures on the website, these are the physical evidence of the luxury hotel. So in the last, I want to conclude that when you see from the organization perspective, these are the 7 P's. But when you see from the customer perspective, these are the 7 C's which you have to relate, because the product or the service what you are providing is for the customer. The price is the cost, the place is the convenience where you are providing the service, then promotion is the communication which you are going to make, and people which by care you are providing that service. Process is the coordination between all the steps, and physical evidence is a confirmation of the quality of service. I hope this lecture is informational for you. Thank you.